walking and talking in the commentary. I've been moved to speak on two great leaders. My favorite of all time is Malcolm X, and the other popular one at that time was Martin Luther King. And I grew up during the time that they were living, and my experiences exposed me to a lot of political activity in the '60s, and I joined the Black Panther Party when I was 12, and since I had been expelled from school, a lot of my education came from the political education classes that they had in the was called the Black Unity Party at that time. It evolved into the Black Panther Party, and it's now more popularly known as Committee for Justice. And one thing that I didn't particularly care for Martin Luther King when I was coming up. I wanted to see more action, and a lot of people felt that way. I developed a bigger appreciation for him after he passed. But one of the things about him that I liked, that towards the end of his life, he started modifying his thinking. He started changing some of his ideas. He started speaking on a broader perspective. And so there were people who wanted to cancel him. I may have had that sentiment, but not to the point where I thought that he should be murdered. And that was a painful, stab in the heart to my community and to humanity. And, but as he changed, instead of that, I think I've had my people integrate into a burning house. Whereas on the other hand, Malcolm X knew that earlier. And Malcolm X became El-Hajj Malik Shabazz, but before he was El-Hajj Malik Shabazz, he was Malcolm X. Before he was Malcolm X, he was Red, Detroit Red, and Slim, and, and all of these things. And my point is that people are growing, that where there is life, there is a chance for change. And so Malcolm was changing just as Martin was changing. They didn't really, I think Malcolm threw more stones at Martin than Martin threw at Malcolm, because Martin was into passive resistance. And Malcolm was a lot more vocal, and his rhetoric was stronger. But towards the end of their lives, both of them started to be modified and affected by the philosophy of each other. And so the point is that if you have people that are trying to do things in our community, they don't always have the knowledge that we have, that I have, that you have, and so the thing that, and I've spoken on it before, and I see a lot of people are making it a point to use their platforms to knock other black people. And we don't know, and I've said this before also, we don't know what anybody else does. We don't know what's in anybody else's heart. We don't know what they know. That you may have a conflict with. And there's enough issues in our community to focus on one issue and try to bring some kind of light and improvement to our condition. Focus on that, because you're going to get enough criticism, you're going to get enough enemies, and people are going to want to cancel you, and you have to ignore them and fight on. And so that's the sentiment that I woke up with this morning, and it kind of woke me up, to speak on it, because I just see too much of that wasting airtime, knocking each other down. You know, and I ain't saying go build everybody up, but just pick some issues, an issue or two that you want to focus on, and just focus on that and be good at that and be an expert at that. And don't be an expert at tearing down other black people. Peace.